I see trees of green with roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dusk at night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow to learn much more than I never know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Thank you very much to Abdullah Rashid al-Zaidani from the Dubai Center for Special Needs for opening this very special session on a playful day. Your Excellencies, esteemed guests, school leaders, teachers, ladies and gentlemen, we are excited to welcome you to the plenary session of What Works Early Years. And I would like to say another thank you also to Abdullah Rashid al-Zaidani. He really deserves a second round of applause. This day is all about sharing ideas with one another. And so far, you, our most passionate teachers, have been sharing all that you do best to inspire young minds and hearts. Now, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy a performance by students that leave you feeling nothing but happy. To get us on our toes, please welcome our youngest guest from Dubai British Foundation and a very special guest to the stage.
Lesh ma haber kolenko, ida kut mabsutin Sam. I'm from Dubai British Foundation. Can you sing along with us, please?
Thank you very much to the little students from the Dubai British Foundation. And now it's time for our game show, Early Years, Make It Count. I would like to welcome our special host, Mr. Ammar Shams, to the stage. Ammar has many years' experience of the Dubai education system at all levels and is a wonderful supporter of what works and continuous learning. Please give Ammar a warm welcome.
Good, excellent. I'm glad that worked. Thank you for inviting me again to What Works. This is just exciting for me because so much positive energy here, so much learning. And today's no exception. We have an opportunity for us to share, to learn from each other, and to have fun. And to start it off, I want to say welcome to Early Years Make It Count game show. Because education is not just about schools, it's not just about teachers, it's everyone involved in education. So for today's game show, we've brought together everyone that participates in making it work. We've brought together educators, we've brought the students, and we brought the parents. And we have two sets of contestants for today's game show. I'd like you to help me welcome on board, first of all, Team 1, Team Lubia, which is Bogusia, Noura, and Piyush. Please welcome to the stage. Don't jump. No, don't jump. To introduce you to them, Bogusia has more than 30 years' experience working in education and is passionate about lifelong and early years learning. Noura Numan is an author, a mother to 6 children, mashallah, yet did not start writing until the age of 45. Noura is now a successful published author of both children's books and science-fi novels. Welcome. And Piyush is a Year 9 student and popular tech head, passionate about innovation and technology and the impact of robotics on human lives. Welcome, Team Lubia. Our second team is Team Jizr, Carrots, with Matthew, Kartik, and Huwaida. Welcome to the stage. Now, we've all just met Matthew. Matthew Custance is a school leader in the UK with a simple vision: to give children a healthy, happy atmosphere in which to learn. Matthew. Huwaida is a mother to 3 children, 3 daughters, and a career that has included 11 years at the Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry, which gives her the edge on the educational development of Dubai's young students. And Kartik Kardar is a year 12 student with a variety of interests. Passionate about football, Arsenal apparently, guitar and nanotechnology, and enjoys finding ways to improving the community all around him. Please give them all a warm welcome. Now, how does this work? This is participative. You have to get involved. We'll test each team's knowledge on early years by asking them to provide responses to 3 topical questions about early years. I'll ask the same question to both teams. They'll have 2 minutes to come up with an answer in their own separate teams. As soon as they're ready, they run up and press the buzzer. They have to do this within the 2-minute time frame. The first team that presses the buzzer gets to answer first. Then the other team provides their answer. You then have to tell us who you think provided the better answer. Now, you have a double-sided colored card. I presume everyone has access to a double-sided card. One side is orange, which is for Team Jizar, Team Carrot, and the other side is green, which is for Team Lubia, green beans. You just need to hold up the relevant card, show me the team color you decided to vote for. If you don't have a card, don't worry. Just shout out Jizar or Lubia. Okay? Test your buzzers, students from both teams. Excellent. I think we're ready to play early years Make It Count. So the first question, you have 2 minutes to think about an answer before nominating a spokesperson. What are the most important skills children should have by the time they are 6 years old? Your time starts now. Now, whilst they're thinking about this, turn to the person to your right. Share your thoughts on this competition. What do you think of this topic as well? Press the buzzer when you're ready. Okay. So our 2 minutes are up. And Team Jazar chose first. Before you go, let me just check. Everyone should now have the color-coded voting slips. Excellent. Wave them around in the air. Now, just to make sure you all got the idea, if you think Jazar did it well, show me the orange bit. Just put the orange up in the air so I can see it. Yep, everyone's got it. Now turn it. You want to do the green. Everyone's on board. Wonderful. So now, Team Jazar, you can use that mic right there. Go ahead, Kartik.
First of all, thank you for having me here. By the time a child is 6, I believe, actually my team and I believe that the most important skill they should have is to have to be learned to be independent. Why? Because independence is like an umbrella, and other aspects such as problem-solving skills, time management, and curiosity, all of these come under this big umbrella. The second most important quality or skill they must have is logical thinking, problem-solving, and the ability to question. Why question? Because once you can only have the ability to question only when you've deduced that particular topic. You know the faults in the topic. And it's not just about picking faults, it's more about finding solutions to that particular problem. And yes, and imagination, obviously, because it promotes creativity. And coming back to independence, You should be independent because it gives you your own personal space. And in that personal space, you get to experiment with yourself. And you find out for yourself what you know and what you don't know, what you have to do and what you don't have to do. You know, it's like giving someone a piece of paper and asking them to draw, let's say, a mountain, right? You telling them how to draw a mountain is instruction, but you showing them a picture of a mountain and then them drawing that themselves is promoting creativity and thus independence. So yes.
Thank you very much, Kartik. Put your hands together for Team Orange. And now Piyush.
Right, I was scared about this. All right. So according to me, by the time you're 6 years old, you should have curiosity and inquisitiveness as your basic skills. Obviously, you need to have, you need to be able to identify numbers, and you need to have the basic writing and reading skills. But if you have curiosity and if you have inquisitiveness, you will ask questions. And once you find out the answers completely on your own, or maybe with a little bit of help of your teachers, this sense of achievement will encourage you to do more. And if you keep asking questions, eventually life will teach you all the skills you need to know. That's what I'm saying, guys.
Excellent. Thank you to both teams. Now, voting. Orange if you thought Team Jezzer got it. Green if you thought Lubia got it. Oh, this is tight. I need help on this one. Who do you think has got this one? It's almost a dead heat. Oh my. Someone help me call this out. It's confusing. Yeah, I'm going to have to give this one to Orange, I'm afraid. Team Jezzer got that one right. Orange won stage 1. هذا الجزر? Oh my God. No, it's not. This is Jezzer. That's what I've got here. We've confused them around. In that case, you're seated on the wrong side. Thank you, Dr. Abdullah. Okay. We're demanding a recount. Back again, recount. Do we think Team Jezzer or Team Lubia got it? No, I'm afraid Green win it. Sorry. Green has won. Lubia took the first round. Lubia took the first round. Congratulations, you have a point. So now the second question to both teams is, you have 2 minutes to do this and then press the buzzer when you're ready. At what age should children be taught to read and write? 2 minutes starting now. Now. For the people in the audience, I have a challenge while this is going on. I'd like you to take out a pen and pencil, place the colored paper on the top of your head, and try to draw a smiley face with your non-dominant hand. So if you write with your right, use your left, draw a smiley face, or vice versa. Draw a smiley face with your non-dominant hand. And then compare your notes with the person next to you. If you're ready, press the buzzer. If you're ready, press the buzzer. You get to, oh, you did. Oh, excellent. So Lubia goes first. Hold on, they're not ready yet. Yes, time is ticking. Team Jezzer. No pressure, time's running out. Are you ready? Press the buzzer. Both teams are ready, but Lubia pressed first, so Piyush again for Lubia.
All right.
What age should children be taught to read and write?
According to me, when the educator thinks the child is ready to learn to write, okay, and to read, that's the age this child to start reading. Like, I remember this quote from The Cat in the Hat knows all about that, Dr. Seuss. He said, adults are just outdated children. I mean, old and worn and torn, but children. And a child is always learning. So the guy can be 3 or he can be 30. He will always be learning. And reading and writing is a form of expressing yourself. But it's not the only form. You can, paint, dance, sing. But as long as you express yourself, that's what matters. So again, I don't think there's any specific age to start, to read and write. When the educator and when the child, both of them, when they feel that they're ready, I think they should start.
Well, I agree and disagree with what he said, because reading it's such a skill that it's natural, yeah? You develop it over time, and you develop it once you interact with certain objects and certain people, even writing, right? And this skill should be instilled in the child as early as possible. The earlier you start, the better. It's because it takes time for the child to develop such skills, and reading, it's like a complex task because you have to break down each and every sentence, and then you have to know what it means. And so as to writing, you need to identify, yeah, exactly. As she said, at birth, you should start teaching them how to read and write. And the thing with writing is you have to identify the letters first, and then it's more about the motor skills, and it's not about the technical aspect. It's you develop skill, you teach them skills which will help them identify the letters and increase their motor skills so that they can read and write more. Read and write better, actually.
Thank you. Thank you, Kartik. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you thought you were swayed by the argument of Piyush and Team Lubia, hold up green. If you thought Kartik and Team Jizar did it, hold up orange. Oh, no, this is an easy one to call. This one's easy to call. Team Lubia again. In the lead with 2 points, we have Team Lubia screaming ahead. So now we have the third question for our 2 contestant teams. Here's question 3. 2 minutes will start as soon as I read it out. Every child in Dubai should begin learning Arabic at 3 years old. Correct or not? 2 minutes start now. And audience, whilst the team is preparing their response, I'd like you to turn to the person to your right and see if you can recite the Arabic letter to the person sitting next to you. Go on, try it out. Alif, ba, ta, tha. Go on. Start looking to the person next to you. Come on, sing along, everyone. You all know this. Somebody needs to start singing. Grab hold of this and sing into it. There you are. Throw it around. Get other people to join in. Whoever caught it, sing. Oh, we're not getting participation. 30 seconds time, ladies and gentlemen. When you're ready, press the buzzer. Both teams are ready. Team Jizar has opted to answer first. So back to you, Kartik.
Right. So there are 3 things, and wait, I forgot the question. Can you please repeat it?
Every child in Dubai should begin learning Arabic at 3 years old.
They should begin learning Arabic at 3 years old. And first of all, it's a mark of respect. You're in this land where Arabic is the national language. It's spoken everywhere. And once you learn the language, it opens you up to culture and the heritage of this particular city. And should begin, right. That's one. It opens you, it's a mark of respect. The second thing I want to talk to you about is adaptability and functionality. Big words with simple meanings, right? When you adapt, it's only when you adapt to something that it starts becoming functional, that you start becoming functional, and then you get productivity out of it. You start becoming productive. It's the same thing with the language, right? Once you learn the language, you start becoming functional because there are people in this city who also speak Arabic, and you begin to understand them, and that helps you. That'll help you in the long run. The third thing would be, okay, you've often heard the phrase lost in translation. When you read a text in Arabic, right? Let's say I'm not that good in Arabic, so I have to translate each and every bit of that passage into English. So it becomes more objective. Whereas if I know Arabic, right, I can understand the underlying meanings, because Arabic, like other languages, also have literary devices like irony or metaphors. So if I know Arabic, I'm able to deduce those underlying meanings in that particular passage, and able to implement them in my writing. And yes, you just get more out of your country and the city you live in.
Shukran. Shukran, Tata. And do we have Team Lubia? Go ahead.
Right, it'll be very short, honestly. Right. The simple answer is we're living in Dubai, and Arabic should be part and parcel of our language. And I think earlier than 3, in order to get our ears attuned, especially those of us who are second language learners, into the Arabic sounds. So I would say earlier than 3. Rather my team, sorry.
Thank you so much, Bagushia. Time to vote again. Green or orange? Oh my. Unfortunately, the votes are telling me it's a 3-0 lead so far. Team Lubia is racing ahead here. But we have a chance for Team Jizar to pull a point back. We have one more question for you to get 1 point back here. So here comes question 4. Can you teach children empathy? If yes, how? Your 2 minutes start now. Ladies and gentlemen, your ticker will start now. You need to be ready. Press the buzzer when you are. Team Jazar is ready, and Team Lubia. But Jazar pressed first, so Matthew, can you teach children empathy? If yes, how?
Very simple answer. Of course you can. At my school, empathy is actually part of the curriculum. It's part of a list of virtues that all children have to master by the time they leave aged 11. Empathy is one of the first virtues that they learn when they first start school. Through stories, role models. We've got 2 cracking role models just here for our future generations. And being able to pick up on any day-to-day situations, such as a child falling over on the playground, and exploiting that and teaching children empathy through real-life situations, rather than just through formal learning. So yes, of course you can.
Thank you, Matthew. Team Jazar.
What a great idea these questions are in this game show. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think there's enough empathy in the world? No, there isn't. Because if you watch on the big screen or the TV, there's a lot of wars. And when you look in schools, there's a lot of bullying, which is a clear indication that there isn't enough empathy, and we should be teaching children empathy from a very young age. And there are a few ways to do that as a parent and as educators and even as friends and brothers and sisters. One of them is to teach them the roots of empathy, which is to bring it into the classroom, babies and younger children, for the children to observe and to understand their feelings. And also there's another way for educators, which is to use books. This is what we use, or movies, in order to show children that, look, how do you think they're feeling right now in this situation? And then get them to speak and communicate what they can observe, and then empathize with the characters. The third one is to actually get them to read the expressions of other people by emulating them, getting them to see, like, can you make a face of someone who's very worried, or someone who's afraid or embarrassed, etc.? Those are ways to teach children empathy for a better world, basically.
Thank you very much, Noura. Voting, ladies and gentlemen, orange or green? Orange or green? And orange is dominating. Yes, we have a point back for Team Jazar. 3-1. They're coming back. So we're going to give them a chance to catch up some more. We have another question. This last question to both teams, 2 minutes as soon as I finish. All curricula should include learning through play, correct? No pressure, but you got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Who wants to go first? Jizar or Lubia? Press the buzzer. We have a winner. Jizar will go first. So Team Jizar, all curricula should include learning through play, correct?
Yes, I believe it's correct. As my team said here, yes, you can do it. It's a practical, actually. This is what you can combine both playing, teaching. It's not just a book that you should, memorize it. So it's yes.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Team Jizar. Team Lubia, go for it, Piyush.
Yeah.
You're getting used to this.
Yeah. All right. So why not? I mean, we've all heard all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And I've experienced it. All right, so obviously we need to have play in our curriculum. When you play, it concretizes our, it gets our skills, it hones our skills. And when you play, instead of trying to understand what's happening, you're experiencing it yourself. I mean, I have a sister who's in grade 2, and for the first 2 days, the only reason she came to school was because they had a big slide and swings. So I agree that we should have plays in our curriculum because as long as we learn, it's good. Now we can have different plays for, senior students like 18, 19. We can't have the same old, 3 pigs or whatever. But for the junior levels, that will work. For senior levels, we might need to change the plays a bit. But as long as they work, it's fine. So yes, I agree. We all agree.
Thank you so much, Piyush. Ladies and gentlemen, the final vote. Green for Lubia, orange for Jizar. We have a resounding vote. Team Lubia wins this round and takes away the competition 4-1. Put your hands together. Team Lubia, congratulations. Bogusia, Noura, and Piyush, well done. Barney's going to join us on stage in a minute. Here comes Barney to give away our thanks to all of you. Thank you, Barney. Oh, thank you to the winning team, Piyush, Bogusia, and Noura. Team Lubia here. Thank you, Barney. Hey, ما يشوف أزيزة. And Bogusia. But we have. You want to take Barney home? You've got your own gifts coming your way. Thank you very much, Kartik, Huwaida, and Matthew. So I ended up by thanking our glorious contestants, both teams, Lubia and Jizar. Thank you very much. And thank you for participating and being such a great, great audience. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Many thanks to Ammar Shams for being such a great host today, and to our amazing contestants for sharing their views on education in early years. And of course, to you, our audience, and your involvement. And now, it's time to be truly amazed by the talented you are about to hear. Yuri Goto is just 6 years old, yet she practices her violin for 2 hours every day, all to achieve her lifelong ambition to become a professional violinist. This performance really will sum up for us all the value of lifelong learning. Thank you very much to Yuri and her mother who was on the piano. That was really a beautiful performance. And now it gives me a pleasure to welcome Dr. Abdullah Al-Karam to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Good afternoon. I have the easiest job, just to say thank you to everyone. But I hope that you enjoy this, and I think, I don't know, it's very hard to follow a 5-year-old act, you know. Never thought I would have to say that. Enjoyed it very much. I think, first I would like to thank Emirates University for hosting us. Thank you all for taking the time to spend the day with us. And thanks for those who traveled and made their way to Dubai for the second time. It's been a wonderful event, and I think, you know, the game show was really good. So hard luck with the team. And the winning team, I promise you I'll celebrate. I will gonna have what I will have for dinner tonight. But I will have carrot tomorrow. It's been a very eye-opener day for us. And I think we've been here from the very beginning. And there are maybe 2 things for me to really take away from this event. One thing that we kind of knew, and one thing that I really did not know. The first part, which is I think we knew about, which is the importance of this stage and how important is early learning. And I think we had the various speakers today talking about the value behind it, education value and human value, and how important to start it. So I think that re-emphasized our focus and why this is so important to us. And for a very long time, we have been talking about it, but we've been talking at a later stage. And we've been talking about how important it is in education, not only to focus into our head, because I think education done a great job bringing us up to this point by teaching our heads how to read, to write, how to calculate and compute. But I think, you know, I always find it useful for me to find out the purpose of what we do is when I go back and open the Latin dictionary. So very recently I opened the Latin dictionary and I looked up the word education. And it has something, a meaning of educare, between quote and quote. It reads, to bring out from within. To bring out from within. So the purpose of education, or the purpose it's set for, is actually to bring out from people. So I think our focus has been not only to the head now, but to actually reach to the heart and soul. And if you've seen outside, it's a new initiative we launched called School of the Hearts. And if your school have not participated, I will encourage you to do it. And I think the purpose here is basically to combine the two, to give the full experience. But today, it really showed us how important is that component of educating the heart and soul at a very early age. And I think the speakers today really have shined lights on ways and good practices to go about. I will conclude with the things I did not know, and I would have not known unless we had here. Most of the speakers today talked about education and shown the video and talked the stories. What I did not realize is the following. Is actually early learning and early years is very easy for kids. I think they're ready for it. They were born to be ready for it. It's not brainer for them. You've seen them, right? Performing, you've seen them. But we are not ready for it. From what I have seen from the practices and every talked about is all our education system is geared up toward the end, to our attainment, to our scores, to our what happened. Actually, we are entering a territories, I think, for all of us. I'm not speaking about KHDA or educator or principal. It's an area that it's really, to most of us, to be fair, is uncharted territories. I think early years will start educating us and not the children because they're ready for it. And we will work together to make sure that this stage is well looked after. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abdullah. And this brings us to the end of the plenary. And before that, I would like to give special thanks to the visual harvesters who are capturing the sessions in a very wonderful way.